Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our series of Brent and Friends Nonsense and Trends, where we provide you useful tools and knowledge.
Tools, tips, and tricks.
Tools, tips, and tricks with me, your host, Brent Crawley, founder of the Premier Agency and the Turning 65 Advisor, and my business partner, P. Freaking Lemons.
A.K.A. Jimbo Slice.
Jimbo Slice. Can we say freaking?
I think you just did.
I think I just did. We're keeping it. See you guys on the other side. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning back in and joining us. We appreciate you guys very much for always keeping us company here at Brent and Friends, Nonsense and Trends. And today we're actually going to be talking about, me and Jim have decided that we think it would be of value to give agents out there what we feel is probably, in my heart and in Jim's heart, we've really talked about this a lot. We really think that this is the most valuable piece of advice we can give you as a producer in this business, whether you're new or not. And this isn't going to be one of those things where it's really not actually a piece of advice. It's this kind of thing where we're telling you to search your soul and find your purpose and all that stuff is really cool, right?
Right.
That's fine. This is a genuine, actual piece of advice and something that we think you should put into practice and that you can do. And I had this conversation with my 10-year-old son recently, and me and my son have developed a little saying that we have between father and son. It's actually pretty cool. We've got this little thing that we've coined, right? And I had to talk to my son about this with his schoolwork. And if I ask my son, hey, son, tell me about work, he now says to me, I don't have to work all the time. I just have to work hard.
Yep.
The best piece of advice I can honestly give you is to work hard. Now, we're going to actually break down what we mean by working hard in this business. We're not just going to say work hard and then you have to go gallivant off and figure out what that actually means to you. No, we're going to give you some practical applications as far as what it actually means to work hard in this business. And a lot of it is going to apply to different things in your life. But there are ways to work actually hard in this business. And don't be afraid to work hard. The thing that I have noticed about this industry is that, or any kind of entrepreneur industry, is I think that people leave a day job, leave a career, leave corporate world or whatever, and they go into the world of entrepreneurship.
Right. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be insurance sales.
Right.
Just whatever.
Whatever. And they think that vacations.
Oh, yeah.
And boats and cars and freedom and flexible schedules. And they have this idea of them like perched up on their patio reading the newspaper with a cup of with an espresso.
Right.
And it's 9:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. That's what they think in their head is going to happen next week.
Yeah. Because they start a business and they own the business.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah. I don't have a boat. I wish I did.
Right?
Right?
Well,
you know what's better than owning a boat? Having a friend that owns a boat.
Right, because you don't have to pay for it, right? Yeah. Have you ever seen that bumper sticker that says, yes, this is my truck. No, I will not help you move.
That's right. That's a good one. Yeah, they say the two happiest days of a boat owner's life are the day he buys his boat and the day he sells his boat.
Oh, man. So it frustrates me because I see how many videos do you see online, like whether it's Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is. And there's this entrepreneur guy and he's sitting or he's standing on a balcony
with a beach in the background.
With the beach in the background, he's going, I'm gonna, and he's got a whiteboard. I'm gonna show you three simple tips to make $365 million billion trillion in the next 6 months
From a beach.
from
Anywhere.
a beach, right? And I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah, he's getting rich off selling his program.
Well, wait a second though.
Yeah.
Hang on. That's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
He's selling his program.
That's right.
Right? You know, and so, and here's the deal. He probably rented that house. It's probably not his.
No.
But he's probably going to make a lot of money, but he's working really hard, putting the videos together, having the idea.
Right.
But all that stuff does not happen overnight, guys. Jeez Louise.
No.
And so I had to tell, when I have agents that come into this business and they're terrified because they've never been an entrepreneur, they've never owned their own business, and they're coming into this business for the first time.
They're just tired of office politics and getting laid off and having to do what, somebody else, if you don't build your own dream, you're going to help somebody else build theirs.
Bingo, right?
Right.
So you've heard me give this spiel a bunch of times. I'm not going to ask you to do anything immoral. I'm not going to ask you to eat something that you shouldn't eat, right? I'm not going to ask you to go outside of your moral fiber and do things that are illegal or whatever. Like, let's take all that stuff.
We're not going to ask you to do anything that we're not willing to do and probably already still do.
Right. Respectfully.
Yeah.
It also, right? But if you do everything I tell you to do and you don't slack off. Now, like as someone who you're a business owner, you own your own business. Here's the deal, guys. You don't have to be at your desk working at 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to. You should. You should. Okay. I think Steve Harvey said it really well. I don't know if you've ever heard this speech from Steve Harvey, but he was talking about hard work. Hard work, hard work, hard work. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
And he basically was like, if you're in California and you're not up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you're not checking the stock market, you lose because the stock market's already open and there's already people on the other side of the country who are making decisions on your life. If you are going to get ahead, you need to be willing to do the hard things. You need to be up at 5:30 in the morning and checking the stock market. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. And Steve Harvey is a black man who came from pretty hard upbringings and came from, and he built himself. Right? Through really, really hard work. Really, really, really hard work. And so, but again, you don't have to work all the time. You just have to be working hard when you're working. And so I tell any agent, if you do what I tell you to do, and you're giving me full time, you're giving yourself full time. And full time doesn't even necessarily mean, and I tell people when you go into go get a job at a car lot, right?
Right.
And they say, yeah, it's a full-time job. And then all of a sudden a full-time job turns into 70 hours.
Well, people think full-time means 40 hours a week because they're used to punching into a time clock.
Yeah.
They're working for a company and full-time means 40 hours.
And then you go get a job at a car lot and then they're asking.
Full-time is whatever it takes to get the job done. That's
right.
full-time.
And sometimes the point that I'm making though is that you get those guys that get that job at that car lot, they're working 70 plus hours a week. Full-time, to me, I'm not going to tell you 70 hours a week outside with the sun beating down on you. I'm going to say that if you put in your 35 hours a week this week and the next week might be 45, and darn it, there might be a week where you do 60 hours and there might be a week where you do 30. Mm-hmm. And there are going to be seasons in this business where you're working 60 hours a week consistently because it's AEP. And then the rest of the year, you're working 35 hours a week. And then there might be a week where you do 45 and there might be a week where you do 40 and there might be a week where you do 10 and then you have your vacation weeks. I'm not talking 100 hours a week.
Right.
I'm not talking kill yourself. I'm not talking working all the time. It's like me and my son say, you don't have to work all the time. You just have to work hard. So the point is, if you are working your 40 hours a week, I just show up, be at work, be at your desk, be making your calls. But when you're there, be productive.
Yeah, be present.
Be present, be efficient, be productive. Make sure that you're taking care of all of your emails. Make sure that you're responding to clients as fast as humanly possible. Make sure that you are doing the things that we talked about in our last podcast of being prepared for AEP, ordering your supplies, ordering your materials, dropping your leads, doing the things that you need to do, being prepared, pulling your book of business, doing those things, being efficient. I do not get things done unless I follow a strict calendar. If you look at my calendar, it is scary.
I've looked at your calendar.
My calendar is scary.
It is pretty scary.
But it's back to back. Boom, 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 boom. The next day, boom, 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 boom.
And that's
boom,
just
boom,
the calendar. There's a task list too.
And then I have a list of tasks of things that I need to get completed. So if you're not doing, hey, I need to get this done and I need to get it done by this time, don't just assume that you're a machine and that you're going to remember that those things need to get done. You will forget, you will get overloaded, you will get maxed. You need to make a list of the things that need to get done and you need to be tasking them off.
Make a list.
Make a list.
Make an appointment for everything. I make an appointment just, sometimes you need an hour every day just to take care of some personal things. I put it on my calendar.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got to run to the bank. You put it on your calendar, run to the bank.
Yep. Yeah. Try to stick to a schedule, have a regular schedule. Just, everybody gets into a business, so they want to be self-employed and be their own boss because they want flexibility. And yes, we have flexibility, but you still have to have a schedule.
You still have to have a schedule. You really do. And here's the thing is that let's make it personal. Let's reflect personally. Right. Okay. Not last weekend, but the weekend before, my wife, myself, another business associate, business partner, and his wife, we jumped on a plane and we went to Utah. You want to know why? Yeah, we're kind of expanding our business out there, but dude, we had 1 day of business meetings and then we had 2.5 days of us chilling in Utah.
And having fun,
enjoying ourselves. But that's not, we're able to do those things because did I tell you about the new shirts we're getting? The Premier Agency shirts?
No.
We're getting Premier Agency shirts. They're t-shirts and it says the Premier Agencies and it's going to say Getters Dunners.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Here's the thing. You need to get stuff done. I like this whole idea. I see too many agents and by the way, our agents are not employees.
Right.
You are 1099. You're not captive. You own your own business.
Right.
Okay. But we still office together with some of them.
Right.
Right. And you have no idea how often I'm the first one to show and the last one to leave. And if I'm not the first one to show, it's because I'm out there on the street driving to a meeting or doing something.
Right.
It's never that I'm not here because I'm at home, just chilling, sleeping in. That's
working and being present doesn't mean necessarily at the office.
Yeah. But the thing is there are so many agents where they're showing up way after me and leaving, or they're not even here today or whatever. And that's not personal towards anybody, but I'm just saying that you should treat your business like you're working for it.
Right.
You should work for your business. You really should. I told my son this story. I don't really want to call it a parable, but I tell my son this story about a farmer that lived through a drought.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just a made up story, but it gets the point done. So you got a farmer and he lives on a farm and there's a drought and they're praying for rain. It's not coming in. They're praying for rain. It's not coming in. He's outside working the fields and doing everything he can to just, dig up moisture in the ground and try to just keep these crops alive while these crops are dying.
Right.
And the rain's not coming, and his family is trying to prepare for holiday. They're trying to pack their bags. They want to get away for the weekend or whatever. And they're starting to pack their bags. They're starting to load up the car. And then all of a sudden that farmer hears thunder and he turns and he looks and he sees thunder. He sees rain clouds coming. Guess what? Vacation canceled, baby.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. But this is our livelihood here. So he's running into the shed and he's grabbing buckets and pulling buckets out, as many buckets as he can to catch rainwater when the rain comes, because the rain's coming. And he's going out and he's digging up the dirt and making sure that he's mustering up all the land and stuff like that, so that when the rain comes, it's absorbing all this rainwater, and trying to do everything he possibly can because there's been a drought and he needs to take care of his wealth stream of life, of his family, right? His business. He needs to make sure that he doesn't lose his crops. He went through a drought. So you need to be willing to, and I'm not saying put your family before your business. Right. It's not even close, but actually, as a matter of fact, making your business a priority is putting your family first.
Right.
That is how you take care of your family.
Right.
So if you're showing up at the office just for a couple of days and you're taking off because you don't have anything to do, that's your problem.
Right.
You can avoid that. You really can. There is no reason why an agent in this business should be bored and have nothing to do. There are activities that you can be putting in place. There really are. You can be putting certain activities in place. And if you don't know what those activities are, that's okay. Do you have an upline that you're working with?
Yep. Ask for help.
Ask for help. What can I do?
Yeah.
What should I be doing? One of the huge benefits of being in this business that a lot of agents don't actually even know about, and it's similar to any business that you're in. Any business is very similar. People always have these, there's this cliche about people that are like financial stockbrokers and stuff, where you see all these stockbrokers with like cigars and cocktail hour and, that kind of stuff. You're seeing that kind of lifestyle or out on the golf course.
Right.
Listen, that's because that's the card that they're playing. If you are a broker and you're in this business and you pick up the phone and you call any broker rep with any insurance company and you say, hey man, I really want to sell more of your products. Can we grab lunch? That broker rep's going to go, dude, I'm paying. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they're going to take you out to lunch and they're going to buy you lunch and they might even buy you a cocktail or something like that. And they're going to have a good time with you and they're going to want to become your friend. They'll take you out to golf. Hey man, I really want to talk about selling more of your insurance products. Hey, do you golf? Let's grab a round of golf.
Yeah.
Dude, they'll do it with you. These guys, their whole entire job is to have a relationship with you.
Right.
They will, you can actually do those kinds of things.
They keep their job because they have successful brokers that they help become
that are
successful.
engaged.
Right.
Engagement with brokers is super important, right? And so, you can actually take advantage of that side of the business too. And you can even be new and do that. I'm constantly hooking new brokers up who really haven't written much business. I'm constantly hooking them up with broker reps who are taking them out to lunch.
Yeah.
Spending time with them. And these agents are looking at me going, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah. And they're going to work as hard as you do, right? So if you work hard, they're going to work hard for you.
Yeah. And they're going to keep inviting you to lunch and keep doing those types of things with you and keep meeting up with you and keep whatever, there's a lot of awesome luxuries in this business that you can really harness and you can enjoy it, but you have to work hard.
You have to be engaged and have to put in your maximum effort while you're working.
Here's the deal. What's really interesting is, Jim, when was the last time we had a business meeting where the agency didn't buy the lunch for the agents?
I don't think that's ever happened. Has it? Not that I can think of.
It's never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But here's the thing. You got to be there.
Right.
I mean, these are not hard things to understand. They're not hard to understand. I don't know if you mind sharing, but Jim, you have an agent. We don't have to say this person's name, but you have an agent who, if you want to say this person's name, you can. But you have an agent who you just recently did something for, something above and beyond.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to share? Or what do you think?
Probably not at this point.
Okay. But you don't have to tell us exactly what it was.
The details of that are still under wraps, I believe.
Okay. But, in a cavalier way. So you have an agent that has a personal interest, something that this person enjoys on a personal level very much.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And this agent has been working really hard and very engaged.
Right.
And you wanted to reward this person.
Right.
So you essentially did something for this person. You made a purchase for them out of your own pocket.
Right.
Right? In order to reward them for their hard work.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Because there's that kind of reward in this business if you do that.
Yeah.
Right? And,
exactly.
and you, with your hard work as an agency principal, you actually have the freedom to be able to do that for your agents.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
And it was nice to be able to do it for him. Yeah. Something he couldn't do right now. I helped him accomplish what he needed to accomplish.
And it was a totally
happy.
personal thing.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with business.
Yeah. That's right.
It was a toy that he wanted.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because you got to know him personally. You wanted to do something for him.
Yep.
When you work hard in this business, there are rewards in that. And you will have, the things that come along with that hard work, whether it be money or whatever. We had agents in the past, and we've slowly weeded them out. I'm a little grateful that we have, but we've had agents in the past where, hey, Brent, do you have any leads for me? Do you have any leads for me? Do you have any leads for me? And I'm like, no. I have leads that are all going to my agents that are busting their butt, though. I have leads for them.
Yeah.
But I don't even I haven't heard
I haven't
heard from you in 6 months, and you called me to ask me if I have leads for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. If you're not engaged and you're not around, you don't get the reward without, Oh, I had a pastor at a church say something one day. And he said, he was in a sermon one day. He said, a person who cherishes the reward without the process, AKA the work, right? A person who cherishes the reward but not the process is like a farmer who loves the harvest but not the dirt. If you're a farmer and you love the crop, you love the harvest, you gotta love that dirt. You gotta have dirt under your fingernails. You have to be one with the dirt.
Without one, you can't have the other.
You can't have the other.
No.
You can't have the crop and the harvest without the dirt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't have the crop and the harvest without the calloused hands from your tools, right?
Right.
And you are not going to have reward in this business without busting your butt. But I'm not saying bust your butt 60, 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
We can teach you how to work efficiently within 30 to 45 hours a week.
Right.
We can teach you to do that, but you got to be willing to give that.
Yeah. When you say work, you don't have to be at work all the time, and just being there staring at your computer doesn't mean you're working.
No, because you're not working hard.
Right. You're just there.
You're not working hard.
Yeah.
So that's probably the best piece of advice that I can honestly give to
be present, be efficient, and work hard when you're there.
Seriously, work hard. You are wasting everyone's time, most importantly, including yours and your family's, if you are not actually trying to learn the process, if you're not actually trying to put the steps in place. Trust me, I have agents that are not really the best they're not the best people person.
Right.
They are not the type of person who could do a seminar and stand up in front of people. They're shy, right? And they're writing more business than anybody. You want to know why? Because they're finding other ways to compensate and they are working so hard. So hard. They're doing things that nobody else wants to do because they're not good at those things, but they're finding a way to work hard.
Right.
Just work hard and find someone who can help you understand the process. If you understand the process and if you're faithful to it,
right,
there will be reward in return. That's it. You want to know more? Reach out to your upline. Hopefully your upline is going to be able to help you with that process and invest in you. And if you don't have an upline that is willing to help you with that process, call a Turning 65 Advisor at 623-777-3315 or hit us up, info@theturning65advisor.com.
We'd love to help you grow your business.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Peace.